Well, questions have again been raised about the legality of a curfew imposed on young people in Alice Springs. The government imposed the 2-week curfew under the Emergency Management Act, but legal advice sought by the police union has raised concerns about whether police have legal grounds to enforce the curfew. Miles Holbrook Walk is in Alice Springs, where the curfew has just lifted again this morning. Miles, good morning to you. Talk us through the concerns that are being raised.
Good morning, Lisa. Well, this time they've come from the Northern Territory Police Association, the union representing police across the Northern Territory. And when this emergency declaration was called barely a week ago on Wednesday, it was done so at lightning pace. It was a snap declaration with hours of notice. And so immediately what many legal minds did is they began to study the legislation that empowered the government and police to do this. And it's under legislation that typically refers to emergency powers granted during emergencies such as fires, flooding, matters like that. Even COVID as well was often used around this legislation. However, there is a provision in the Act that this independent legal advice from the Police Association has looked at, which says that there are concerns around whether it can be used to quell civil disobedience. And ultimately, the advice back to police was from their own union that their lawyers believed it was not lawful, and that police making arrests or charging anyone doing so would be doing so unlawfully. Now, in spite of these criticisms, which have also been raised by the North Australian Aboriginal Justice Agency, the Chief Minister of the Northern Territory, Eva Lawler, has said she's very confident in the advice she's been given from the Solicitor General, as has the Police Commissioner, Michael Murphy, both saying that they're confident that when enforcing these laws, police won't be in breach of any legislation and won't have anything to worry about. In fact, Eva Lawler said if anyone does want to challenge her, Lisa, they can bring it on.
I heard those comments from her from that press conference. How's behaviour been overnight? Have you had a sense of what the hours held?
So far, we're still yet to hear official numbers from police on how many interactions there's been between police and young people. Just again from being around last night and listening out for any early reports from the Southern Watch Commander from Northern Territory Police, no major incidents reported as yet. That doesn't mean there haven't been any goings on. It more just means that the reporting process isn't necessarily up to speed. We will be hearing later, though, from the Police Commissioner, Michael Murphy, who spoke over the Easter weekend on the Sunday evening. There were 61 interactions between young people and either police or social workers, and that led to 16 instances of those 61 interactions where 16 young people were asked to leave the CBD. Now, no arrests or charges have been laid at any point based off this curfew, and indeed Michael Murphy has said over and over again it's not about policing their way out of this situation, but rather engaging young people and seeking to prevent any crime or any antisocial behaviour in the Alice Springs CBD.